Let's take that family politics point. Is this now again an example of how family politics plays out in India? Smriti Kopikar, journalist, joins us, has tracked Maharashtra politics for years. Sanjay Jha joins me. Shaina NC is there of the Shiv Sena. Rohit Chandavarkar, senior journalist. And Asif Bhamla is a leader of the BJP in Maharashtra. And Jayant Mainkar is also joining us. I want quick reactions from all of you. Smriti, you first. Do you see this as family politics at work, that the NCP Ajit Pawar group did not want anyone outside the family to get this post because then there would be competition and possibly further division? You're on mute.
Oh, absolutely. Three things come to mind immediately. One is that the Ajit Pawar faction, or the Ajit Pawar's NCP, now needs the sympathy, and who better than Sunetra Pawar to get them that for the Zilla Parishad elections and thereafter. Number two, the NCP, the Pawars, like so many other political families, they love power. They want to be in power for whatever reasons, a number of reasons. And I don't see the Pawars, the second or third generation of Pawars, being so different that they would willingly walk away from power because Ajit Pawar is no more. Number three, this has to have some kind of a stamp, invisible stamp of the ruling party, because they would want some countervailing force to the other ally, which is Mr. Eknath Shinde. So I think this ticks off many, many boxes. Also, that Sunetra Pawar, from everything that we know about her, that we've seen about her for years together, is she's learned politics by osmosis, both from her natal family and the family she's been married into. She's done her own little bit. She has a mind of her own, like many women in the Pawar family that you also know, Rajdeep. So, she's not the Gungi Gudiya. She's not another Rabdi Devi for sure. But how long will she continue to be in the seat? Or let me rephrase this, how long will she be allowed to be in that seat is the question mark.
And I'm going to slightly differ with you on the last point, because when I interviewed her during the 2024 Lok Sabha election, she said, please don't interview me. I'm not comfortable with the camera. Of course, that was her first election, Lok Sabha election. She obviously has done a lot of social work, but whether that will translate into Deputy Chief Minister of Maharashtra will be a question mark. Can she do that? Yes, Mr. Bhamla has raised his hand of the BJP. Mr. Bhamla, is this being used by Devendra Fadnavis ji and the BJP so that you can control the NCP through Sunetra Pawar, and you will also try and checkmate or check Eknath Shinde?
Well, let me tell you, Maharashtra in the past 48 hours has gone through a lot of trouble, tremor, and distress, because we lost a very senior veteran leader. Am I audible, Rajdeep?
Yes, you are.
Okay, great. So Maharashtra has gone through a lot of tremor, trouble, and finally we're hearing that there's a CLP leader to be appointed by the party, and it's the decision, and a pure decision by the party, the senior MLAs, the member parliaments, and the other veterans within the Ajit Dada fraction of the NCP. Now, going further, I was just going through the statements by our Honorable Chief Minister Devendra Fadnavis. You clearly mentioned strategically that we would go by any name suggested by Ajit Dada's fraction, because for us it's been a very important ally. Moreover, Ajit Pawar ji has had a special place with Devendra ji, and whatever it goes out to roll out to support and facilitate the process of the new incumbent. And of course, it's
okay,
nice
so you're
to
saying the BJP gave the NCP the liberty to choose their leader. They've chosen Sunetra Pawar.
Obviously,
Shaina, okay, point taken.
Rajdeep,
Your point
give me
is
30
taken,
seconds,
sir.
Rajdeep,
Yes.
give me 30 seconds. Obviously,
Yes.
it's the prerogative of the NCP We are, of course, the bigger partner, but we cannot decide, because certainly it's nice to have a first women deputy chief minister, and she has been in the Rajya Sabha. She has fought the Lok Sabha elections. She's someone who commands a lot of experience with Baramati. Even while Ajit Dada was around, she was very known for consistently being active. And now, देखिए विधान आप लोकसभा के में आप ऑलरेडी कदम रख चुके हैं, 1 साल वहां का अनुभव है, plus Yanka, so it's more or less the same, and I'm sure she
Okay.
commands a lot of respect. So there, a lot of
Okay, I've
sympathy would
taken
go
your
back
point,
in
Mr.
this.
Bhamla, now. I've taken your point. Shaina NC, you're smiling because, you know, you've got a woman deputy chief minister now, but there will be critics who will say that this is the Pawars keeping, in a way, the party within the family. You attack the Gandhis, say that the Congress party is a gharana. How are you any different? Your ally is very much a gharana, as is your party, the Shiv Sena. Eknath Shinde and Shrikant Shinde run your party. All of you are the same. Why only attack the Gandhis then?
Rajdeep, first, who ran Baramati constituency and worked on ground tirelessly? You cited that Sunetra Vaini did not give you an interview in 2024.
No, she gave me the only interview. She gave me the only interview, but said she was uncomfortable.
Yes, maybe she was, but the fact is, on ground, whether it's Vidya Pratishthan, where she has worked tirelessly, she actually managed the entire constituency for Dada. Dada was too busy all over across the state, and we all know her contribution. I was smiling because this is a great victory for all the women of Maharashtra. And our leader too has always espoused the cause of Ladki Behan, and I'm glad that the Ladki Behan is actually going to do the Netritva of Maharashtra. Sympathy
So
aside,
are you telling me the
sympathy
NCP had no
aside,
other leaders? Ma'am, are you telling me the
sympathy-
NCP had no other
no.
leaders who could have been deputy chief minister? Chhagan Bhujbal been a previous deputy chief minister. None of them are good enough?
Well, she is not just competent, she has proved her competency, her commitment even in Rajya Sabha, on ground in Baramati, and the public. The public decides, the Karyakartas decide, the leadership decides. This is an internal matter of the NCP, so I don't want to comment beyond limits, but I definitely
Okay.
want to say that don't please dismiss her. She's nowhere in the zone of a Rabri Devi. She's a competent person who comes from a political legacy. Her brother was a politician, her nephew is a politician, is everyone in her family. So she's literally seen this, and service in terms of, I tell you time and again, they are our neighbors. And we have the same boundary wall, Rajdeep. Every morning from 6 a.m. to 7:30 a.m., there is only public flogging at Sunetra Vaini and Ajit Dada's home. And that is the way you reach out to your electorate. I don't
Okay.
think this whole talk about, families and fiefdom is right. If you perform on ground, I don't think that's a negative, that's a positive,
Okay.
right? It can't
Okay.
be a prerequisite saying that, you have to belong to an aspirational story. Yes, Eknath Shinde ji is aspirational, Devendra Fadnavis is aspirational, but that doesn't mean that somebody from their families cannot continue to be in the similar zone if they're choosing to work for public
Okay.
service.
Okay, Sanjay Jha, you're also smiling, or half a smile. Do you believe, though, that there is some merit in the fact that political party, the NCP, has never hidden the fact that they are linked, umbilically linked to the Pawar family. They've never said that we are not linked to the Pawar family.
Well, Rajdeep, I was only smiling because Shaina has today publicly and officially endorsed the fact that Dynasty is not just a problem affecting one party like the Congress, but she's actually proudly proclaimed that dynasty politics needs to be
I'm
given
saying that's not a
legitimacy in a formal
negative.
sense.
If
Yeah,
there
she's
is
saying it's not a
competency.
negative. She's
If
saying
it's-
you can't say it's
yeah.
necessarily a negative. If they work on
I'm
the
talking
ground, they
about
deserve their moment.
competency.
Yes,
Yeah,
ma'am, I
so-
take your point. Let Sanjay
yeah.
respond.
So one way to say it is, if it's not a negative, it's a positive. But anyway, Rajdeep, in all seriousness, to answer your question, please go back to the reports that we were reading before the unfortunate and tragic death of Mr. Ajit Pawar. Here is the critical point, that the two NCP factions were likely to come together. Now, we don't know to what advanced stage were those negotiations, but it can be probably understood that there were conversations headed in a serious direction. Now, this appointment, and I do understand this is a period of mourning and grief for Mrs. Sunetra Pawar, but if this decision has been taken in such a remarkable hurry, normally at this point it's a little consecrated that you don't take these kind of decisions in a period of grief. It tells you that at the moment, all the MLAs in one faction would be happy to move to the other. Nobody can trust any MLA in either of the
None of your
factions
business,
at the
Sanjay.
moment.
No, no,
Can I
Mr.
speak
Bhamla,
without
let
an
him complete.
interruption?
No, no, Mr.
Okay.
Bhamla, he did not intervene with you. Yeah,
Yeah.
go ahead, Sanjay Jha.
Let's have a civilized conversation, Mr. Bhamla. So my simple point here is, Rajdeep, that this is basically a message that they cannot find anybody on whom they can be having any assurance or confidence will hold those MLAs together in that particular faction. Because if
Yeah,
it
but that's
wasn't
exact.
Mrs.
But that's
Pawar,
exactly what is said. That is exactly what is said about the Congress Party and the Gandhi family. So this is said about many parties which are run
Certainly
in and
not
around the
fair on
family.
behalf
But
of you,
just a
Sanjay.
minute, Mr. Bhamla, you must allow everyone. Jayan Mainkar, does this mean that the merger, the talks that Sharad Pawar's faction, Ajit Pawar's faction will come together? Do you believe that this will happen now that Sunetra Tai has been made the Deputy Chief Minister, or are both factions going to weigh their options before taking any decision in a hurry?
I don't think the merger will happen now because the way it has been done. I mean, Rajdeep, all the parties, barring Communist and BJP in India, are nothing but the family properties. Yes, BJP always guns only for Nehru Gandhi clan, but take any party all over India, any regional or any other party, the same thing will happen. The patriarch's son or daughter or wife will come at the helm of affairs. Rabdi Devi's example you are giving, but the same thing is happening here also. It's Ajit Dada's wife has come. I don't think BJP has any point, or even the Shinde Sena, they are defending, no, this is not negative, this is positive. So should it be taken the way they want it? No, it's not. So Indian
No, but it's
political
the
atmosphere or
NCP's
whatever.
decision, right? As I say, NCP has never hidden the fact, Jayan, that they are a party which the Pawars decide. Ajit Pawar used to decide for
course.
one faction, Sharad Pawar for the other.
Of course. So Ajit Pawar, this is Ajit Pawar's party, and another is Sharad Pawar's party. While Ajit Pawar's party is with BJP, Sharad Pawar's party is definitely anti-BJP. It was anti-BJP for the last 12 years. So now, against the backdrop of so-called merger talks, I doubt at the fag end of his political career, Sharad Pawar will join hands with Ajit Pawar, with Supriya Sule, as per the talks, may become the cabinet minister in the central government. I
Okay,
doubt about it.
Smriti Kopikar,
Sharad Pawar will
Smriti
not
Kopikar,
join.
okay, you're saying he will not join, but as we've seen, Smriti Kopikar, anything can happen in Maharashtra. Over the last 6 years, all kinds of combinations. Do you believe that this could be a prelude to a merger, that eventually that is what the NCP will have to do for their own survival? In that sense, is this a temporary arrangement?
Well, what seems to me right now at this point is that as long as Ajit Pawar was around, the two factions or the two parties were kind of balanced. What has happened now is that Mr. Sharad Pawar's faction is extremely large in numbers. He still has a lot of loyalists, a lot of people on the ground, from what I hear, the stories and phone calls and all of that. But the second rung leadership that Mr. Sharad Pawar had groomed, personally groomed through the 1990s and thereafter, almost everybody except for Jayant Patil is with Ajit Pawar or in his faction or in his party. And therefore, what has happened is that the middle rung in the Sharad Pawar faction is kind of vacant. There is a vacuum there. One Supriya Sule may not be able to fill that entire vacuum. And so we've seen in the last few weeks that the talks of merger have come more from the Sharad Pawar faction than the NCP that is in alliance with the BJP and Sena in government. The need for alliance seems to be slightly more on the Sharad Pawar side,
Right.
whereas in the other party, the sense appears to be that this is our chance at power. We lost the best man, unfortunately, but we have to find ways to continue being in power, to be there at the seat of the government.
So
They
that's
broke away. They broke away because they wanted to be in power. Don't forget that. And
so
so,
will we?
will the
So there won't.
reunited NCP ally
Will we
with the
see a
BJP?
merger?
I have my doubts on that.
Okay, you don't see, because there was all talk that on the 9th of February, or certainly when Mr. Pawar's Rajya Sabha term comes to an end in April, there would be a grand family reunion at some stage. Mr. Bhamla, very quickly now, is the BJP the one calling the shots? All of this, the BJP decides who will be, you're saying that the allies are given the freedom to decide kaun banega deputy CM. Already Fadnavis ji is going to hold temporarily the finance portfolio. That's another question. Who will be the finance minister? The
We
fact
understand.
is, you are the dominant party. They are now dependent on you. You have changed the equation of Maharashtra.
You see, always a party which has elected its CLP leader has its own stand. I'm also slightly in disagreementation with my friend Sanjay Jha about the alignments and the non-alignments. This is a very emotional time of the family, and at this point in time, if the CLP or if
No, if it is such an emotional time, if it is such an emotional time, what is the need to become deputy chief minister 2 days later? You could have waited then for the
but
mourning
this is
period to
no
end.
Maharashtra. No, let me. Then you don't give me an airtime to submit, Rajdeep. So Maharashtra needs a deputy chief minister. There is a session to be expected in the coming days. So certainly it is their party's prerogative. And if they have decided, where do you bring,
Okay.
why you would always strangle the BJP into this? It's my leader who's very clearly and categorically, Fadnavis has said that whoever they wish to come out with. Now, if it was somebody from the Sharad Pawar faction, if it was somebody from here, we would have accepted it, because we, in our capacity, are a majoritarian government, and we are not. But a proper decorum has to be maintained, because, and again, it's a nice and a proud moment that the first women deputy chief minister Maharashtra has got.
Okay,
And
Mr. Bhamla, I've heard you again. Jayan Mainkar, quickly, you're smiling.
I don't see why
Jayan,
See,
Sanjay
1 minute, Mr. Bhamla, you made your point. Let Jayan Mainkar respond.
Rajdeep, you rightly asked, is BJP calling the shots? And just I want to say only one sentence. Sunetra Pawar, who is going to be the deputy chief minister, first woman deputy chief minister tomorrow, she had attended RSS conclave, which was addressed by, or whether Sarasangha Chalak Dr. Mohan Bhagwat was present. And this gives the answer, is the BJP calling the shots, or will BJP
Okay.
call the shots? And that is why I'm still saying that Sharad Pawar faction, including Supriya Sule, will not at all merge with Ajit Pawar faction.
Okay, Smriti Kopikar, the fact is though, as Shaina NC points out, this is a proud moment because she says a woman deputy chief minister. Maharashtra never had a woman chief minister. So it's a proud moment that a woman is now the deputy
all
chief
women.
minister.
Of course, I mean, one cannot deny that, but is she there on her own terms as an independent person who's
I
risen
think
up the
so.
ranks? Definitely not. She is there because she was married to Ajit Pawar, who held the party, who led the party, and who was in that seat till Tuesday night, till Wednesday morning. Let's not forget that. There is this talk that I've heard today specifically a lot from the government, from the BJP, saying the post is vacant. But I don't think, from whatever little constitutional knowledge one has of these things, there is no great constitutional hurry to fill a vacant post of a deputy chief minister.
No, deputy chief minister is not a post you have to fill in. You are absolutely right. I've
That's
checked that.
exactly right. So where is the rush coming? Where is the hurry coming from? The hurry is
Okay,
definitely not
Sanjay Jha.
coming from a constitutional
can I
perspective.
answer?
Yes, Shaina wants to answer,
Yeah.
and then I'll come to you, Sanjay, to conclude. Yes, Shaina, you want to answer that question? What is hurry? I mean, 2 days ago, the Maharashtrian mourning, the state mourning is still on. What was the hurry to swear in a deputy chief minister?
Why not, Rajdeep? Tell me, if there is a competent woman who has worked tirelessly on ground through the Vidya Pratishthan, who has been so active in Baramati, who has the sentiment and the support of her cadre, her leadership, and the public at large, I mean, she's fought an election too, and we've all campaigned for her, so we know the connect she's had with public. And this is not just some newfound occupation of hers. She comes from
Okay.
a family too, where she knows how to connect with people.
No,
And if
I'm
she's
only
competent,
asking
then
the. No, you don't see.
this is
I was
the
only asking whether
time question.
there was a seemingly an unseemly hurry because there was a worry.
Not at
Otherwise, the
all. I
NCP
think that if
leaders
there's
might all grab. Other leaders might want to grab the post, and the party itself would find itself struggling. She unifies them. I take that point. Sanjay Jha, final word to you. At the end of the day, this is the way politics is. If the NCP wants Sunetra Pawar as their choice for Deputy Chief Minister, so be it.
Yeah, so be it. But let me tell you what is the footprint that is very obvious here, Rajdeep. Even I live in Maharashtra, Mumbai. I'm aware of what's going on. This is the BJP's hand in the middle for the simple reason
Sanjay, I'm
that
sorry. I want to
can I
intervene
just
to
speak? Can I
rebut.
just speak? Can I just speak in the? Can I
Why do
just
you
speak,
always
Mr.
try to
Bhamla?
have the BJP
Can I
in
just
this?
speak?
No,
Can
Asif,
That's not done, bro.
Bhamla,
This has been
nobody's,
offensive.
yeah, go ahead, Sanjay Jha, finish
Yeah.
up.
So Rajdeep, here is the point. The BJP broke the NCP like they broke the Shiv Sena. Now, in an hour of tragedy and grief, there was a high probability, or probably there still is, and that is what is worried the BJP, of the Pawar factions coming together. And there was a conversation that nobody could deny. And if that happened, that could be very destabilizing for Maharashtra, given the fact that Mr. Shinde himself is actually on a very slippery slope. So end of day, this is the hurry quotient, and this is a rational explanation. Also, Mr. Bhamla, for the record, you publicly made a Freudian slip. You said that the government in Maharashtra is a majoritarian government.
Okay, we won't quibble
Let me
over
please
that.
assure you
Can I
that
rebut that?
Devendra
No, I
Fadnavis
think you
and
meant a
Ajit
majority
Shinde will
government. I will
support
give him the
NCP
benefit of doubt on
completely.
that one. I'm going to leave it
Sanjay,
there.
you're anyways
Clearly,
there to
this
pick
is
pot shots
power.
at the
This is
BJP.
power play in Maharashtra, power play, call it what you will. Maharashtra's politics has seen more U-turns and somersaults than perhaps any other state in the country.